when you place a 125 PV LRP order by the 15th of the month. So get it in by the 15th and you'll get this bottle included in your order for free. So cedarwood essential oil for sourcing. We have people admitting, right? Yeah. Okay, sourcing. So doTERRA cedarwood essential oil is steam distilled from the wood of the red cedar trees, and they're sourced from the southeastern USA. These trees reach heights up to 100 feet, so super, super tall. These thrive in cold climates and high altitudes. The red cedar trees are purifying to the air and they naturally repair moths. So one thing that you can use it for is you can put it on cotton balls and put it into your closet, or you can spray it into your closet to help with the whole like moth situation if that's something that you have going on. And a fun fact, doTERRA cedarwood essential oil is made from byproducts of the lumber industry, which makes it a waste-free, sustainable sourcing option. I love that doTERRA does that, and they are really sustainable with their sourcing. So what is in one bottle of, like one 15 ml bottle of cedarwood essential oil? So it takes approximately half a pound of cedarwood to make one 15 ml bottle. And due to its high concentration of, and I cannot say this correct, so sorry if I like butcher this, but it's high concentration of sesquiterpene alcohol cedral. Cedarwood is one of the most grounding essential oils. So this is pretty much in my diffuser every single night when it comes to sleeping. It is super grounding for me and I love using it to just help me knock out at night. So what are the benefits of cedarwood? So it naturally repels insects. So it's also in our TerraShield blend, which is like our anti-bug, sprayed on you before you go outside blend. It creates a comforting and relaxing environment. It helps to keep skin looking healthy. You can use it for ADD and ADHD and low GABA levels. You can use it for psoriasis and eczema, cough and sinus issues, stroke and seizures, urinary tract, bladder and vaginal infections, for gum issues, and for acne. So when it comes to emotions, like the emotional side of using the essential oil, it takes you from feeling alone to feeling connected. So if you have negative emotions such as the inability to form social bonds, if you feel lonely, if you're feeling separated from human family, if you're feeling antisocial, then you can use cedarwood and it'll help turn you into these, or has these positive properties. And it's going to help take you from all those negative to these positive, which is emotionally connected, belonging, supported, creating good social bonds, social and community oriented. So cedarwood is also found in our root to tip serum, which is one of my all-time favorite products. I actually have it in my hair right now. It's really, really good. If you haven't tried it yet, I highly recommend. And it's also in our body wash. So of course, because it helps with psoriasis, with dry skin, with beautifying your skin. So it makes sense that it would be in the root to tip serum and the body wash. The body wash is one of my husband's favorite products, along with like Deep Blue. But it's pretty cool that it's in both of these blends, and not blends, but products. And it's also found in the Children's Stronger blend, in TerraShield, so the bug sprays, in Anchor, in Claricom, and Serenity. I think those are the only products and oils that it's also found in. If not, anyone can correct me in the comments. Oh wait, so I'm gonna pause there. Would anybody like to unmute and share maybe how they like to use cedarwood? Let me go through the comments. Michael said, we use our cedarwood in our closet for moths too. See, I knew that was a good one. Thank you, Danny. Jai said he also learned today that it can help with scarring. I didn't know that. That's good to know. It's good for beard oil. Yeah, I see cedarwood in a lot of like DIY things for men, for like beard oil, for like natural like musk for men to make. Love the root to tip serum. Smells amazing. It does. My hair smells so good right now. It's good for dandruff. I love using it anytime I feel like my scalp is extra dry. Like my hair is naturally really dry. So I love using this. Like I'll spray my hair so it's wet, and then I put the root to tip serum in when my hair is wet, and it helps to just hold in the moisture. And it's great for my my scalp when it's super dry. So I highly recommend that. And my other personal favorite way is when I sleep. I already kind of mentioned it, but in the diffuser, I love putting cedarwood, vetiver, lavender, and extra serenity. It's already in serenity, but I love just putting extra drops of serenity too. And then copaiba. Copaiba is really good too. Okay, well, that's kind of like it with people sharing. So that's kind of it for cedarwood for now. Lavender. Oh, and then my mom said my uncle puts it on his feet every night with lavender, itchy and eczema. See, it's really good for the itchy skin. Okay, so I'm going to go over some announcements. So for the month of March, we have limited offer diffuser bundles. So there's these two different bundles. The first bundle is the Dawn Aroma Humidifier. I don't have this one, so I'm probably going to get it this month. And I heard it's like massive. I don't know who has it, but I heard it's like this massive thing, which would be really good for like a really big house or just to keep in your living room, I guess. But it says right here, so for room sizes, 720 square feet. But it comes with On Guard and Breathe, which are great for immune support and respiratory support. And then the second promo, which is also limited time offer, is another diffuser bundle, and it's the Laluz. Am I saying that right? Laluz diffuser. And then this fits room sizes 330 square feet. So if you're really looking to fill like this massive space, go for the Dawn. Smaller spaces, Laluz is the one for you. And the Laluz comes with peppermint and wild orange, which we all know peppermint and wild orange, I think we should all know, is like 1 drop of each in your hand. You rub that together, take deep breaths, and that is great for like natural energy and just to help you like wake up, feel energized, and uplift your mood. So putting that in the diffuser would be really good too. So that's limited time. I'm guessing because it's limited time, it wouldn't go till the end of the month if it sells out. So I'd say if you want it, try to get in on it as soon as possible before it does sell out, if that's possible. Another announcement that we have is oil studies. So this month, our team has decided to do oil studies again. We've done it in the past. So there's 4 different categories for the oil studies. So there's sleep, daily discomfort, so that's like aches and pains, digestive issues, and mental wellness. So if you are a builder or if you're just a customer and you know people who may like suffer in one of these areas or need more support in one of these areas, then you can ask them if they would like to participate in one of these areas. And for the oil studies, basically how it works, I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to go over it more later, but basically you would send them a couple samples to try out to help in one of these areas. They would try it for a week straight, check in with you every single day, or we have a private Facebook page where they can check in there, see how everybody else is doing, get really great education on the products that they're using. So they're going to use it for the 7 days, see how that goes. And if they see a huge difference or they really love the products that they're trying out, then they can always get started with their own membership. So oil studies. So here's some important dates to remember. The pre-study class is going to be March 15th, and it's on Zoom. The actual oil study is going to be March 22nd to March 28th. So it starts on a Monday. The last day is going to be on a Sunday. And then the post-study class is March 29th. So save these dates if you need. I would start asking people now, if you are a builder, if they would like to start participating. That way you can start inviting them and get their samples out, especially if they're in the mainland. If we're here in Hawaii, you want to ship it out beforehand so they get it in time. And that is it for announcements. Or, Kate, is there anything else that we need to announce?
No, I think that's about it. But I totally agree with you about inviting early, or for people on the mainland, because I sent some samples to someone before that Facebook party, and they didn't get them till after the party was done. It was kind of a big bummer. I was like, "How's your sample?" She's like, "I haven't gotten them yet." So anyway, yes, if you have people that you'll be inviting to the oil study, definitely, if they're from the mainland, contact them now so you can get their samples out early. And then for those who are doing the Begin program, know that that oil study is going to be embedded into this program that you're doing. So if you're kind of confused on what is this oil study about, there's going to be more information coming in your assignments soon. I'm not sure which day, maybe next week sometime. So reach out to your mentor if you really want the details early. If not, don't worry, they're coming. Yes, and I'm going to hand it to Kanan to introduce our speaker for tonight.
Hey guys, can you all hear me? I have my little ears and thanks, Tani. My kids are still up, of course. So happy Wednesday. Happy everyone's on. Thanks for being on with us. And I'd like to introduce a really dear friend. She is an awesome mama. I like to call her a badass soccer mama because our boys play soccer together. And she has just really taken this business to I don't even know what to say. She just took off in this business. She wanted doTERRA. She loves doTERRA. She wanted the business, and she just did the work. And she's amazing. And I want to hear, we're all going to hear from her tonight. She has been doing this business maybe, I'm going to say around 6-7 months, somewhere around there. And she's hit Premier. She's gotten her 250, and she's not going to stop. She is going. She's a very busy mom. She is holding her baby. I can see her. And she's just going to share her tips and tricks about the biz. And let's just give it to her. Natalia, happy to have you.
Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. Yes, I do have baby in my hands. I tried to put her to sleep early, but it wasn't happening. So I do apologize. So yeah, a little bit about me. I'm sure we've all, seen each other, heard each other. We may not personally know each other, but we're all part of the same team. Kanani, thank you for the introductory, and thank you for being here tonight to listen. If you guys do have any questions, I know we're going to do a Q&A afterwards, so just pop it in the chat and then we can go over all of that at the end, whether it be for me directly or just about the business in general. But a little bit about myself and how I became part of this family. I've been into oils and using oils for probably, almost a decade. I was actually a customer of the other company. I used them for about a decade, just in my home with my family, with my kids, for myself, what I went to, the oils that I used and that I enjoyed. And about probably a year ago, we were at a soccer tournament, and Liza introduced me to some frankincense and deep blue from doTERRA. My son got injured during one of his games, so I knew about doTERRA. I have been in the health and wellness industry, and she gave me some of the products, so we used those. We never really connected about becoming a customer or anything like that. And then a few months later, we did sit down and connect, and I did sign up to be a customer. And I was probably about a customer for maybe 7 months. And then in September of 2020, I just decided maybe I want to start building. And a little bit about myself personally, I'm a single mom. I work in hospitality, corporate America, very, very busy. But with the pandemic, I was off and I was home, and I was splurging a little bit more of the stuff that I normally couldn't do. And I was getting into holistic medicine and doing courses, and still am doing courses online. And that's kind of when I decided, hey, you know, maybe I should build, maybe I should do something with this, because I was helping my clients and doing case studies and giving them oils and herbal remedies for their current situations or medical issues that they had going on. And I never really thought anything of it. So I gave Liza a call and we started chatting about it. And then I just made the decision to become a builder, and changed my account. And from there, it just kind of went. I made a few phone calls to a few individuals that I thought I would like to be on my front line, and if they're interested. And, you know, one of them's actually with us tonight, and he was definitely like, yeah, let's do it. And I was like, okay. It kind of gave me a little bit more confidence. And I said, all right, let's do it. I switched my account, and from there, I didn't really look back. I just continued doing what I do best, and engaging with customers. And those customers became clients. And what I found really worked for me, I didn't know much about the business. I was never interested in the business. I just loved using the oils and using the product. But what I found worked best for me was talking to them. They would let me know, okay, Natalia, I experienced this. I have these ailments. This is what I would like to achieve. This is what I'd like to work on. And I would sit with them. I kind of did it a little bit backwards, because honestly, I didn't know how we were supposed to do it, or what steps we were supposed to take. And I just sat with them. I sat with them over the phone, because obviously during that time we weren't really getting together with restrictions. I sat with them over the phone, and I created a game plan for them. So I kind of went over the lifestyle overview without going over it over the phone. We spent that time going through, okay, what they wanted to achieve, what they wanted to change in their household, what steps they were willing to take. And I also implemented the business at the same time. So I gave them the option of what they could explore with doTERRA as a company, as a client, and as a business. And I gave them that option right from the get-go. And from there, they would tell me what they were interested in. And then that's how I would know which avenue to then explore with them. And I feel with spending all of that time with them, sometimes I'd spend an hour on the phone with them. Sometimes I'd spend an hour and a half with them. Sometimes they would say no, you know, after I spent an hour and a half with them, and then 2 days later or 2 weeks later, give me a call and say, hey, Nat, you know, I'm definitely interested. But during my time with them, I would lay out a whole regime for them. And of course, I wouldn't expect them to go dive into this right off the bat, because first of all, it's a huge change. It's a lot financially, and it's dedication. So we would pick what was most important to them and then put that into play. Okay, we're going to start with this, and then maybe in 2 to 3 weeks implement this. And then after getting off the phone with them, I would put it all in an email, and I would explain everything that we just discussed in an email. And send it to them, so they'd have something to think about. And from there, that's usually how I closed a lot of my customers and builders. And that's how I automatically got them on the LRP also, because I know that was a huge thing. A lot of people were like, how's Natalia getting them on LRP right away? What is it that she was doing? And that's kind of what I did, and I felt really worked. I had a whole game plan, and then I let them decide slowly which products they're going to get over time. And that's how the LRP worked very well. So it wasn't them spending financially a lot of money up front. It was slowly and surely, and then getting them used to the product and loving the product and knowing that it works is kind of how I closed a lot of my customers and or builders that way. One thing I also find is holding myself accountable. you know, yes, I do have a team under me. We all do, but I do hold them accountable, but I don't hold them accountable. I hold myself. I'm building my team, I'm building my business, and I'm building my company. So, you know, every time I have a mentor call with Liza or whoever it may be, it's always, you know, what are you doing? What's happening? What's working? What's not working? And something for me, I would never say, oh, my team's not doing what they should be. They're not enrolling people, because ultimately who's responsible is me. So I kind of put that from the get-go that it's me that's responsible. It's me that has my own goals. And of course, we all have goals that we help each other, but it was something that was important to me that if I want this, I need to make it happen, and I'm going to make it happen. And that would be, you know, whenever I had time, when I wasn't at work or the kids were asleep or we weren't on the soccer field or any sports field for that matter, I would work on my names list, work on the people that I was interested in talking to as a potential customer or a builder. I would do samples. And my samples, you know, this is something we talked about, wasn't just a little, oh, here, try out this bottle of lemon. I would dig a little bit deeper with my potential customers or builders and find out exactly what's going on with them, or what they would like to achieve in their home, whether it be a medical reason they want to go holistic or essential oils, or if in the home they wanted to reduce their toxic load. And then I would sample them that way, whether it be creating bottles of concentrate cleaner or giving them adaptive capsules if they suffer from depression or anything like that. And just building that relationship and that rapport with my potential customers or builders. Because I also find when we give, you know, give ourselves and also give product, they look up to you. They build a type of relationship of, oh, look at the lengths Natalia went to take care of me, to make sure I'm okay, to make sure my kids are okay, to make sure my home is okay. And then from there, I felt that it really started a deeper and bigger relationship with that individual. So I felt that also worked a lot for me as well in my journey.
Thanks so much. That's like a lot of juicy information. I'm literally taking notes. Thanks for sharing. I did have a question. So when you started sharing with people, you kind of did your own one-on-one. Is that correct? More than inviting to our classes?
Yes. So Liza will probably tell you she's done everything wrong she possibly could with me as a new enrollee. And just by, we are busy, I was super busy. So I kind of didn't realize that all of this was available at first. I just decided, hey, I'm going to sign up. I'm going to switch and see where this goes. I just kind of made that decision of, yeah, why wouldn't I? It makes sense. I love it. I believe in it. And then also I was doing, for schooling, I was doing case studies. I was helping individuals already in this field. So it just kind of went hand in hand. So yes, at first I didn't know that all of this was available, and I just started by doing my one-on-ones over the phone and speaking to them and talking to them and letting them know about the oils and digging deep of, kind of like I mentioned at the beginning, a whole regime for whether it be a medical concern that they had, or reducing the toxins in their home. So I kind of did that before enrolling, where now I know we enroll someone and then we go through those steps. For me, what I had done was basically do that all beforehand. And then I would send them a follow-up email with all of the details. And then we would usually get on a phone call to do the actual enrollment and set them up on their LRP.
I love it. I mean, this just shows, and this is the beauty of the business. Absolutely. Like, we have the tools, and Liza says this often, like, we have the tools, we have the classes. Of course, we want you guys to invite, like, of course, we love to educate, but the beauty is that you create your own system. And if that's what works, roll with it. Like, I'm all for, and I tell my leaders this all the time, I am all for you doing what works for you. Like, if it's working, roll with it and just keep doing it. But the thing that's like standing out to me is consistency. Like, consistency. And I never ever thought about like taking notes on the things that they need and sending an email. Like, that's amazing. Oh my gosh. Like, thank you so much. I absolutely love that.
Because a lot of the times it's overwhelming. Like, we know it, we've been in it, and even at times we don't know it. You know, we're like, oh, what is this good for? What does it do? But just think of their shoes, you know, when they don't know anything about oils, but they want to make that change, or supplements, and they want to make that change. It can be overwhelming sitting with any one of us who are a little bit more knowledgeable and have so much information to give. And that's why I would follow up with an email with all of the details we discussed, so they have something to go back to and look at. As you probably all know, going to the doctors, if you have something going on and they tell you, okay, A, B, C, and D is what you have going on, and we have to do 1, 2, 3, and 4 to rectify it, kind of the same that we're doing, but it's holistic. So I would send it all in a follow-up email, so they have something again to go back to and look at and decide, okay, what's most important to me? Where do I want to start? Where do I want to invest? And then there's a plan for them.
I'm gonna jump in real quick too, Natalia. Another big theme I think I'm hearing for sure is service. Like, you're just really listening to what people are wanting or needing, and even asking the questions, which I think sometimes I don't know if we're too shame, or we don't want to, we get fearful about asking, you know, what are you willing to do? What do you need? What path you want to go on? And the more you know about them, then the more you're able to provide ideas, education on things that will help them. So I just love that. And I love you don't like, I don't know, you just go straight for it. And I don't know about me, sometimes I even have that fear sometimes, like I don't want to push it too much with people. But I think when you realize you're providing a service, you break that fear down because you're helping them and they're coming to you for that help. So yeah.
And that is so true. And one thing I had to realize, and I had to realize it very quickly, was you're going to get no's. You know, you're going to get no's, you're going to get, I'm not interested, but don't take it to heart. You know, the first few, I was like, oh my, I just spent hours and hours and all of this time, and I broke it down for them. And I had to let that go very quickly. And I realized also very quickly, a month later, they contacted me, you know, or 3 months later, they contact me and said, hey, Nat, you know, I'm ready to make that commitment. So it comes around, you know, doing what we're doing, it comes around, and just don't let that scare you or pull you back. And that's something, if you don't ask or you don't try, you're not going to get any answer. So it's okay to try. It's okay to put yourself out there, and don't be afraid or don't be shamed, because I'm sure we've all experienced it, especially in this business, you know, what people are going to think what we're doing, or, you know, if they say no. But if we don't ask, we're not going to get an answer.
And you're not really on social media, right? You're just like contacting through calls.
I'm an old lady when it comes to social media. I need to learn it. I need to get in there. So none of my business was done off of social media. I do, you know, I watch videos on some of the Blue Diamonds and all on social media, and I think, oh my gosh, you know, this is a whole nother world I need to explore. But no, none of it's been done on social media. It's all been one-on-ones, phone calls, in person. But even that, I would say, is more rare. Most of mine has been calls and emails, and just like this.
I have a question. So when you're helping people, do you kind of have them sign up more like with enrollment kits? Are you pushing the kits more, or here's the individual products that help with your specific needs and then they purchase individually?
So really, that's a really good question, and it really all depends on their needs. You know, if I have someone that has different health issues that they want to explore, I also have to do my research. So I will then, you know, okay, what is most important to them, I know, and then I will tell them, let's get on a call tomorrow, or the next day, just so that I can do my due diligence. I can really get, you know, the best setup for them. And I will go to the kits if possible, because obviously it makes sense with the enrollment fees waived, and break down which kit would work with what oils was best suited for whatever ailments they needed. And then if there was extras, of course, which most of the time was, I would just let them know what these are good for. Or if the kits didn't really work based on what their needs were, I would go the other route. And there's definitely times where I paid their $35 fee. You know, I definitely feel that I put a lot more out there. And especially as a new builder, a lot of people thought that was strange or odd, but I truly feel the more that we give to our customers, to our clients, the better relationship and the rapport that we have and the trust they have in me also. You know, if I'm willing to give to them and give my time and give my energy and give financially, then they also feel, you know, some sort of respect and relationship with me, as well as to, okay, Natalia's doing all of this for me. She really wants to see me get better, because in the end, that's what matters to me. I don't care if they enroll or sign up. If they're coming to me with these issues and ailments, I want to help them. I want to see them get better. And we all believe in the products that we have in front of us. So
I had another question. Sorry. Okay, so I know you said somewhere in what you're saying that sometimes you give the cleaner concentrate as samples. So do you just give them the cleaner concentrate and then tell them how to make it, like if they have their own bottle, or do you make a full-on spray bottle for them and then give them that?
I'll usually make the spray bottle. At first, it was like the cleaner concentrate. And then after, I was like, okay, wait, why am I doing that? Because there's so much in there that I can make a bunch of samples of that. And that's a good one. That's a basic one, especially during everything that's been going on. Everyone wants to clean everything every 3 seconds. So at first, my initial was cleaner concentrate, but I switched that very quickly. And then I started creating them in the bottles. And even gifts, like Christmas time, I gave cleaner concentrate in the glass bottles. Like I created it, we put stickers on it, and those were the gifts that I gave to people close to me, in a basket with a bunch of other things. But yes, I would make it and give it to them. And then once they were out, you know, and they loved it, it was, okay, here, this is how we can set you up. You can order it on your own. There's no obligations.
I love it, Natalia. Thank you so much for sharing. Are there any other questions or comments people want to ask Natalia?
So what's your question to like get them to open up about their ailments? Like, what's your initial question?
That's a good one. Depending who they are and like what relationship we have, whether we have a relationship or don't have a relationship, but basically is, what are you wanting to achieve? You know, with what are you wanting to achieve with changing your lifestyle, kind of opens up a lot of different avenues. And right at first, they're not going to get into, okay, I have, you know, my mother's suffering from dementia, I suffer from IBS. You know, they're not going to get into that right away, but it opens the door for them to start talking. And, you know, and you really have to listen, because they're going to probably say a lot of different things. They're going to talk about the cleaners in their home. They're going to talk about, oh, they've been trying to eat healthy. And then, you know, they'll maybe get into the different ailments that either they suffer from or their kids or their parents, whoever it is that they're trying to help. And from there, I'll break it down, because just in what I said, for an example, there's 3 different things: eating healthy, so we can talk about supplements and going down that road, toxins in the household, and then different medical ailments. So, you know, by asking that question of what do they want to achieve with a healthier lifestyle, it kind of opens up that and allows me to dig deeper. And then I will provide them all 3 avenues and ask them what's most important. And then from there, we'll dig deeper, or I will dig deeper. And then we'll set up a plan for them. And then that's where the LRP comes in, because then automatically we'll set you up on a monthly LRP, and we'll go with A, B, and C of what their priorities are, so that we can create financially what works for a budget for them over time rather than all at once.
I love that. It's so good. What about new contacts?
In like
How do you,
in what way?
like, where do you find your new contacts?
So all different, you know, work, my neighborhood. I am definitely someone that I keep to myself. So this is all brand new with just talking to new individuals. Even though I am a sociable, outgoing person, I'm very busy. So I usually just kind of keep to myself. But with doing this, I found over the past few months, I am opening up more. I am talking to my neighbors, where it's like, oh, what do you use to clean the house? Or, you know, what do you guys use essential oils? Or you have a headache, I'll give them some peppermint or copaiba or frankincense. All depends, you know, what type of headache it is that they have. Where before I'd be like, oh, okay, great, bye, and keep going, because I had places to go and people to see. And so I think it's just all depending on who they are. And, you know, if I somewhat know them of a wave where it's my neighbor, I'll start talking to them that way, you know, of if we're just outside and it's like, oh, and I see them doing their garden, I'll ask, you know, oh, have you ever tried essential oils? Like, do you have issues with bugs? I'm finding these issues, and go into it that way. So that one's a little bit of a tricky question, because it all depends who I'm talking to and where, you know. For example, if it's at work, and it would be colleagues or you know, not guests, it would be colleagues and people that I work with. In that situation, I just ask. I just, you know, hey, you know, have you ever thought of essential oils in your office? Or, you know, you're crazy, crazy busy and you're limping, you know, do you need some deep blue? So yeah.
Thanks so much, Natalia. This is why I love her. She has like the best sense of humor. I can seriously see you asking somebody, are you crazy? Do you need adaptive? Any other questions? I love it because you started with really like not a structure, I want to say. So you ended up actually working backwards.
Yes.
So that's so awesome.
Yeah. No, and I found what worked for me, and I really loved it, to be honest. Like, engaging with, whether it would be friends, colleagues, people I rarely knew, and they were coming to me. Well, I would reach out to them, of course, but they're coming to me and sharing their deeper concerns and creating that game plan. It just felt really good. You know, it felt really good to help them and to be there and to be support for them. Because like you kind of said in the beginning, they're coming to us for a reason. You know, they're wanting to speak to us for a reason. And that's something that we don't realize, or we're like, oh, we shouldn't mention this, or, oh, this kit might be too expensive. But they're with us for a reason. They agree to talk to us for a reason. They want help. They don't know where to go, and they're looking at us for that. So if we don't put it out there, they don't know, or we're never going to know.
So true, Natalia. Oh my gosh. I'm just like over here nodding my head, like totally agreeing with everything you're saying. I love it. One other thing, I mean, and I'm guilty of this. I don't pick up the phone. Like, I don't know. It's, I'm so conditioned for texting, and then I see people in person, but the phone is underutilized, people. So feeling brave or not feeling brave, just pull off that band-aid and give people a call.
Yeah. And I would spend time with them. Like I had to, just because, of my schedule. So it would start with a quick phone call, and then it would continue with text, and then it would be a sit down. Okay, Tuesday at 9 a.m. And then we'd get on the call and talk. And again, it could be, none of the calls were under an hour and 15 minutes. They were all pretty lengthy calls. So, it's definitely the time we put into them. But as you can see, it turned out, I do have a pretty good following and consistent with LRPs and customers that are grateful and enjoy it and love the product.
This is funny, but I think you and Ray have some similarities, because she has been doing a lot of calls lately with her people. And I think when you're having these conversations, when you're really getting deep into it, you need time to dig through and get to the meat, because like you said, someone's not going to tell you immediately, I have this, this, and this. You have to connect with them. You have to give them information and question them. Ask them those questions until they get to the real issue that they're wanting to fix or solve or improve.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So good. All right. Any other questions from anyone for Natalia? Well, thank you so much. I think we all, every single one of us on this call, got a lot of good inspiration, ideas, and really connected with that act of service that you give to people in your special way. And I definitely feel like this is going to help us as we move forward, do similar, move forward with that integrity, with that purpose of helping. So thank you. Thank you for sharing tonight. I loved hearing it. I haven't heard your story yet, so I'm so glad I got to hear it myself.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, so for our last part of the call before we end tonight, we wanted to open it up. We don't do this too often, but we wanted to open it up just for a biz question and answer session. So it doesn't have to be all of us, Kanan and I and Tasha and Fraser, giving all the answers. It could be each other. So if you have a burning biz question, or maybe just a little question that you've been wondering, please feel free, pop it in the chat or unmute yourself. We're all here to support each other. We're all going through this similar process together constantly. So feel free, pop on in. Don't be shy.
How's the Begin program? Anybody got feedback on that?
I just started the Begin program, and I'd say that I'm liking it. I did the oil games, but I kind of dropped off. But I love that the Begin program is like ours. It feels more like it's ours, it's our team, so I'm more into it than I was in the oil games.
Thanks. Yeah, I agree. It's our own little team's way to kind of up level and grow together, and our accountability groups. it's our own little team. So I hope that's working for everyone. Let's see, we have a question.
So for Marissa's question for Ray, she's not on tonight, but she does this with pretty much all her new customers, and then she's got some of her regular customers that she connects with once a month. She has some customers that aren't super familiar with the computer, so she helps them and helps them with set their LRP up each month or change out their products and just give them ideas for what would come next in their order or what they need to refill. Yeah, she's really great at connecting and doing really kind of parallel to what Natalie does with digging deep into asking those questions and connecting with people that way. And then I also see Jen's question, kind of a big picture question. Did 2020 feel like you had less enrollments than other years? For me, I'd actually have to say I felt like it was consistent, and for a period of time it was more. I think because of the need of immunity support and also emotional support during the pandemic, March through June, I mean, I feel like that period of time where Liza was walking through Diamond Club and that pandemic hit, it was, there was a lot of people wanting to learn. So that's just my experience though. Anyone else can speak to that as well.
I feel like March through November was really good, and then like December and January was kind of slow because of the holidays and then the new year, and then March usually picks up again. So yeah, that's kind of what I feel like.
Yeah, I think as a team, we've kind of felt that a little bit, like a slower period, right? Holidays, like Tosh said, that always, I feel like historically it's kind of been that way. You know, it's a little bit of like a recovery mode, I guess. But I think as a team, like pushing each other, kind of feeding off of each other and pushing that momentum always helps, even in the slow months. And I feel the same as Kate, that when as I was going through that Diamond Club period, it did feel like our team as a whole just was just grooving. Like we were all just like, yeah, you know, like we're just like we're almost like partying together, right? And it was great. Like I love it. So I hope that it happens again, you know, because here we are, we're in March. So like I feel like we got to feed off of each other, and we have the Begin program, and like just push each other and just work together. You know, we're one big Essential Island Living team, but we have like our little teams. So I think it's great. I think it's awesome.
I have a question. You know, for our account managers, it feels like they're always changing. Like, is that a thing? Like, they're always leaving. When I'm like, no, don't leave.
So Kate can add on to this. Who are silver and you guys have account managers, something you get to look forward to. Account managers are life. All right, saying my internet's unstable. I hope you guys can hear me. But Kate and I had the same account manager, silver. Okay, so we had our silver account managers who were great, but we had Dallin and Brannon who are gold and platinum. And we had them because Kate and I were golds for 2 years. And they were amazing. Like, we love them. We send them gifts. We send them Christmas cards. We hug them. We like, they were like family. And Dallin got promoted and Brandon left, and we were lost. Like we were like, oh no, where are we gonna get? And since then, Tasha is right. Like we've had a turnover, like bigger than we've ever experienced, honestly. So I got that same email, Tosh, to answer your question about getting new account managers, and I was kind of like, ugh. But I don't know. I always want to say like doTERRA has set their like, I don't know, at their best interest, I want to say. Like they always are trying to help and put us first. So maybe they're revamping a few things. I'm just not sure. Kate?
Yeah, same thing. I do feel like the new ones, though, they come in, they're really eager to please you and to help you. So even if it's turnover, I feel like the last couple that we've gotten were really good. So I was bummed that one is leaving. But yes, it's still such an amazing thing to have an account manager to begin with. And if you don't have one yet, you will one day for sure. All right, another question got pushed back a little bit. Marissa asked about with people who are using ECC, which is the essential, I always get it wrong. It's like something connection, which is bad because I'm using it. How much of the content are you using? I feel like there's so much good, but I hate over texting. Very good question. So I just signed up for it a couple months ago. And so what I do is there's once a week Tuesday education that goes out. And it usually has a theme. Last month it was emotions. And then this month, I think it's diffuser blends. So that one's just once a week. I also do once a month, I'll do the promos to everyone. So that's another text. And then I also have a new member funnel. So as soon as I have a new enrollment, they are put through this funnel, which is a series of about, I think, 8 text messages going through some of the basics about the membership, about their account, and also where they can find resources. And I love the new member funnel because I feel like it gives new people, some of the information they may have heard once, they get to hear it again. And they also have that reference to go back to. I'm going to try to do another funnel for potential customers. That's my next step. So yeah, so I'm about to do that. But I do really try to think about, I don't want to over text either because I don't want it to be too much. So I'm hoping once a week is just right for people. And if they want to stop, they just text stop. And I've had a few people do that, which is fine. I understand too. Sometimes I get a lot of messages. So, but I do like it.
I can add, oh, sorry, I just went muted. I like it. I definitely think people don't like getting a lot of texts, but they'll get used to it. I send a lot of texts and they're like, thanks, Jai, good information. So if you have ECC, I encourage you to use their tips, the weekly tips, because it's actually a really great campaign to educate your customers. This month was about essential oils and emotions. So it's super good. Okay, thanks.
All right, and then we have another question about BOGOs. Can we anticipate? I think a few of us are hoping it will be BOGOs this month because it's last time we had them were in November. It's every few months, so we're hoping, but of course we can't guarantee anything. If BOGOs did happen, you know they always happen after the 15th of the month. So as soon as we know, I'll let you guys know. They like to surprise us. That's the one thing doTERRA does very well is having us in suspense all the time. All right, and then the next question was, how often do the leaders talk or meet with their team or members? I obviously can only speak to my team. My team actually just started we do a team call every other Monday. And then every other Monday I meet with my leaders of my team and we kind of plan the next week's call. So we just started doing that. last month, and I think it's been really good because I get to connect with my leaders, and then I get to connect with my team, and we're getting having a lot of people join us lately. It's been really nice. So that's at least for my team.
We are starting actually tomorrow. My frontline leaders and I are meeting, and we're just discussing what's working. I guess with what we're doing for the month, with our plan for the month, and we're going to talk about what we want to share with our Pure Ohana Wellness team, so our little mini team. And on the third Thursday, we're inviting our Pure Ohana Wellness members to join us, and then we'll talk and share with whatever we talked about. We're meeting tomorrow to discuss that. So it's something new. We're starting it. I thought it was a good time to start because of Diamond Club. And I just wanted to connect with my team on a, I guess, a little more intimate way, if possible. So we're going to try that and see how it goes.
All right, everyone, it's just about 9 o'clock. If you have any more questions, please send them to us. We'll address them at our next call. Right now, if you didn't realize, Eliza's not here. She's in Tennessee. She's at the Diamond Retreat there, and she's learning a lot of great things. I've been watching her posts in our Builders group, and I can't wait for her to share some of those things with us when she returns. It's going to be great. I just want to say thank you all for joining us. Another big mahalo to Natalia for sharing her story tonight. I think we're all walking away inspired and wanting to move forward with some of those ideas. And thanks for all these questions that you got to ask. And keep thinking of those. We want to do these every once in a while so we can be that open sounding board for all of you. All right, everyone, thank you for showing up. If you can, let's take a picture. I don't always do the pictures well, so maybe someone else can actually take it. If you could put your cameras on, that would be great. All right, smile. Janice, get that camera on. I see you. All right, 1, 2, 3. Yay! Okay, my next screen. My pictures aren't the best, but that's okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. Cheese. Perfect. Thank you so much for showing up tonight. Great to see everyone's faces. Danny's yawning. You need to get to bed. Love you all. Bye.
Thank you, guys. Sorry, I'm just getting home.
Hi.
Yay.
Yeah.
That went well.
I thought so too.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, guys.